Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm at a stunning church called St Issui, which is quite near Abergavenny, but it's in the middle of nowhere basically. I've wanted to visit this church for quite a long time now, but my van's so big I just didn't think I'd be able to get up the lane. So I've just bought another van, and it's really small, this one. So I managed to get up to the church. About 6 or 7 miles before you come off a main road, and the road gets quite small, but the last 2 miles to the church are very tight, and literally my last van wouldn't have got up there, no chance. And I actually recorded a little tiny bit just so you can see, like, when you come and visit these places, it is quite difficult, so I'll add that now. So as you can see, the lane is quite tight here, and it's been raining for a few days, but the weather's not been too bad. So I'd imagine if you came up here in winter, you'd probably really struggle. Now I was quite lucky because no other cars came the other way as I came up here, which was good. But when I got to near the church, there was a car parked there, and a couple are just walking up to the church. So they probably thought, "Oh bloody hell, what's the chance of that happening?" So what I did was let them look around the church, and I set the drone up and did some drone footage. And then by the time I'd finished that, they'd already been to the church and carried on going. So yeah, at the end of the video, I'm going to put the drone footage on for you to see what the area looks like from above. If any of you come and visit the church, where this white car is now is where you park to see the well, which we'll talk about later. It's not quite obvious where it is, so it's there, which is about 100 metres down from the church. So this church was built in the 11th century. I believe it was 1060, the official date, and it's been rebuilt again in the 15th century, and most recently in 1908 it was redone. The first little building on the left here was originally built to keep horses, and I suppose that would have been the only way you would have got up here in the old days. I think now it's kept for storage for the garden equipment. The building itself is in a really nice condition. It's obviously very old, and it's a grade 1 listed building. This is why it's quite protected, and I think they do services still here sometimes, but it must be a very small congregation because to get up here is a bit of a nightmare. The church is open every day in the daylight hours, and there's a little box you can put money in to help the church out, and even a card machine if you want to do it that way. Inside the church itself, it's full of some really beautiful, unique features, which we'll have a look at now. The church font here is stunning. It's very tactile. It's believed to be from 1055, which makes it one of the oldest fonts in the whole of Wales. Now this is what you call an antique storage box. It's believed to be around 500 years old. Painted on the wall is this great skeleton picture, and it's like a memento mori. It's got a scythe in one hand and the hourglass in the other. He's also carrying like a spade, and it's a very simple depiction of like your days are numbered, so use them wisely. According to the legend, this has been painted over a few times with whitewash, but each time it's painted, it mysteriously reappears. The church has the most beautiful wooden screen, and it's known to be the oldest one in Wales, from the 15th century. It's made from Irish bog oak. Now, in medieval times, every church in Wales was thought to have a screen like this one, which divided the nave from the chancel. Nearly all of them were destroyed, but this one survived, and it's thought because it was so remote here, they kind of left it alone. The detail on it is stunning, and it looks better in real life than the pictures here. And it's got a cute little dragon on each end. The altar is very simple, but it has a nice stained glass window. There's actually only two stained glass windows in the whole of the church. This one here, and there's another one to the right of this one, which to me looks a lot newer. The church itself is named after St Issui, who was an early Welsh saint who lived by the well, which we'll go to later. The well is actually a sacred pilgrim site, and it's where it's believed the saint was actually murdered. The story goes that a passing by traveller wanted shelter for the night, and he was a pagan. An argument started when the saint tried to convert him to Christianity, and then rather harshly, the traveller killed the saint and stuffed him in the well. The church itself has a really nice floor, and it's full up with ledger stones. Most of these graves are actually from like the 1700s. When I was researching about this church online, there's a few conflicting stories Apparently, the saint is actually buried under the church here, and he's either underneath the altar or there's a little prayer room which we'll go to next that he might have been buried underneath. The church has just one yew tree in it, and I don't think it's very old. It looks to be about 200 or 300 years old. It's a female one. It's probably the only thing missing from this church is a really nice ancient yew. But you know, if this church still standing in 1,000 years, this yew will become massive. One thing I wanted to just clear up, because I'm into symbology, you'll find this symbol a lot on gravestones in Wales and indeed in England too. And people think it's some sort of Masonic handshake, but it's actually when a couple die, like maybe the wife died before the husband or vice versa, but when they're joined together, they'll get buried in the same grave, and this is what it symbolises, those back in unity together. This is a nice little, what they class as a prayer chapel, which is joined to the church, but you can't, you got to go through a separate door to get to it. It has a nice little metal figure of the saint himself. I love this little note that someone's added here. And how true is this? There's like so many people should be ashamed of what they did or didn't do during COVID. And to finish the video off, this is the little well where the saint was believed to be murdered. I left a little trinket here, just in honour of him. This place is quite magical. If you can come and visit it, I'd highly recommend it. And please don't forget to like and subscribe.